Okay, so welcome everybody. This is episode 3 of the Lamoille View, and we have with us Tess Milner, the executive director of the Lamoille Chamber of Commerce. We like to start these episodes with a chamber check-in. So, Tess, welcome to the Lamoille View. Thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Always happy to see everyone and be a part of the community.
Yeah. So, how are you doing? How are things going? How are things going in your neck of the woods, in the Johnson neck of the woods? I'm in Morrisville, so it's not like we're that far apart. So fall's on the way, right? Fall, it's coming here. We're in the last dregs of summer. We are starting to see some 50-degree weather at night, and we know it's only going to get lower. So tell us a bit about what's going on in the chamber world. What kind of new events are happening this week? What's the new news for us?
Well, something I'm really excited about is that we're expanding on our member-to-member discount club program. Basically, what that is our members offer discounts to other members. And what we'd like to do is kind of roll that into being a community discount club program so that anyone, any individual in the community or anyone visiting our region for tourism purposes can purchase individual membership for just $50 a year. And that kind of opens them up to receiving all these nifty discounts off of goods and services in the area. So I'm really excited about that. And I think a lot of people will love to save some money and use it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that some of the comments we've gotten is that we've had actual individual folks asking about this. Yes. They've been requesting, said, hey, I'm not a business owner. I don't own a business, but I see a lot of the benefits that I could get as a chamber-to-chamber discount. But can you have that as an individual? And we've kind of had it. We've never really promoted it a lot. So this is a good opportunity for us to really promote it. So for those that are watching this video, we're going to have the link to that on that section on our Lamoille Chamber website. We're going to have that link to that individual membership below. So please check that out. And also too, I like to point out that we have some great members. We talked with some businesses. We have restaurants. We also have some great art galleries, and we were able to talk with Mickey from the Bryan Memorial Gallery, and that interview is coming right up. So thank you very much, Tess. We're looking forward to talking to you again next week.
All right. See everyone next week.
All right. All right. Welcome, everybody. This is Lamoille View, where we sit down and we talk to our chamber members. And we have with us today, Mickey Myers from the Bryan Memorial Gallery, based out of Jefferson, Vermont. So welcome, Mickey. Thank you for joining us. For those people that are tourists that follow us on Facebook and follow our website, or even some folks who are looking at some staycations, or fellow Vermonters that might not have made it through Lamoille County at all, you want to give people a little bit of a background on what they could expect if they come and visit the Bryan Memorial Gallery?
Well, I'd love to, because we have among us on our staff about the number of people who come through our doors and say, I didn't know this place was here. And our neighbors in Jeffersonville, and we're on Main Street. So everyone is welcome, whether you've ever heard of us before or not. We've been at this location, 180 Main Street, for 36 years, openly all over through that time. And in the summertime, we're open daily. So we're ready when you are to introduce you to some of the most fantastic landscape art that you've ever seen anywhere. Maybe another secret is that Jeffersonville has been a destination for artists to come paint our vistas and views in all seasons, even the winter, for over 100 years. A lot of people are surprised about that, but in fact, The founder of our gallery, Alden Bryan, first came to Jeffersonville for a landscape painting workshop in 1939. And he and his wife, Mary, liked it so much, they stayed. They established their house, their home, a restaurant. They bought the Windridge Bakery and really expanded it. Alden designed the Base Lodge and today, in so many years later, the gallery is still going full-fledged, presenting the most incredibly beautiful and intricate and stunning, really, artwork.
So you have, so you mentioned earlier too, you actually have now 3 exhibits that are running through Labor Day right now. Do you want to tell us a little bit about each of those 3 exhibits?
We have watercolors 2020, watercolors, everyone's favorite medium, and we have almost 100 on the walls of our main gallery. In the middle room, we have a show called Carnival, which is an interpretation of what Carnival has meant to the selection of artists who were in that show. And it was installed to be simultaneous with Carnival time of year in Vermont, the field days and the state fairs, etc., that go on at this time of year. We still have the exhibit up, although the reality carnivals are not happening this year. And then in our East Gallery, we have what is called our Legacy Collection, who are 18 artists who have found particular favor with that artwork is up all year long for the 18 who were chosen from last year's schedule to represent what we consider the legacy of Mary and Alden Bryan this year.
All right. So Mickey, talk to us about a couple of these. Talk to us a couple of these images that we're going to be looking at now. We're looking at Robert Willman's Midwinter Thaw, and then Gary Eckhart's Sunrise at Center Road. Do you want to talk to us about those 2?
Well, these are 2 of the most incredible watercolor painters working in our area, and Robert Willman and Gary Eckhart. And if you've ever picked up a paintbrush with watercolor paint on it, you know that it is truly watercolor. It is truly liquid and fluid, and it gets absorbed into the paper. And these artists manage to control it and construct with it. And both of these paintings are so finely rendered. And in particular, they're rendered during seasons or times of day where it's really a challenge to be subtle and to show the fine differentiations in the light. Both Eckert and Willman are masters at watercolor, and we are so pleased to be presenting them in this show. If you move on to the Carnival exhibition, you can see how much fun we're having. Heidi Broner and Julie Baker Albright are the 2 of the artists who are in this show, and they're both having fun, and you can just tell what fun they're having. Heidi with the wonderful balloons. I think she calls this piece Balloon Vendor. And Julie Baker Albright, who calls this piece the Carnival of Squash. And, and that also connects into the whole state fair idea. So that is so much fun that we're having, and there are about 30 paintings in that exhibit, so there's a lot of fun to go around. Our legacy collection in the East Gallery features the works of 18 artists, of which we're seeing Robert Aiken and Andrew Orr, two of our master painters. Andrew Orr works in oil paint. And yes, folks, that's all oil paint. And yes, folks, that is not a photograph. He is so good with the subtlety of color. He captures literally moments before they're taken away. And Robert Aiken has the same kind of passion for his work in acrylic. And as you can see, this one, how he is able to handle the colors reflected in the water. Sometimes the artists bring in their latest work, and sometimes the work sells. So there is often a fluidity to what is happening in the legacy collection, as well as all of the exhibits. All the work at Bryan Memorial Gallery is available for sale. And it is sometimes particularly gratifying that there are people who come visit us once a year from other places who buy a painting a year to remind them of that particular year's visit.
Wow. Now, talk to us a little bit about too, is for folks who are looking to come and visit, maybe, as I say, fellow Vermonters that are wanting to walk through, or also people out of state that are coming to visit. What are some of the precautions that the Bryan Memorial Gallery has put into place for COVID-19?
Well, you know, I want to start by saying that we have hung on our governor's every word. And when we closed in mid-March, we thought it was for about 2 weeks, and, you know, sort of waved goodbye to each other in terms of our staff. And we never expected to be closed for 2 months. But when the governor said we could open, we followed all the protocols that were suggested. Our building is so large, even though it looks small from the street, that we have not begun to get to even 50% capacity of the building. So there's plenty of room in which to stay socially distanced, and we ask our visitors to do that, and we ask them to wear masks, no exception, and our whole staff is wearing the masks also. And when the staff goes to eat, they go upstairs to our office, so there's no chance that you're going to see our mouths when you're in the gallery. We also have masks for visitors if they have forgotten theirs. We have wipes, sanitizers, all of those aids to the COVID protocol are right there. At the same time, we're more than happy to stand 6 feet away from our guests and talk to them about the artwork on the walls. And this is something that I'm noticing people are saying more and more, how much they appreciate the lessons that people get when they come into the gallery, if that's what they want. Our staff is really knowledgeable about how the works are painted, what they're painted on, where the location was, where the artist painted. And so you can really learn a lot if that's what you want. But on the other hand, if you want simply to look around, you're welcome to do that also.
Wow, that's great. And Mickey, you said that these 3 exhibits that you're talking about, they run through Labor Day, and then after that you'll have your flagship exhibition of the Land, Light, and Water and Air.
That's correct. And in the middle room, and a show called Let Us Introduce You, which will be a show of 6 artists, quite established artists, who have never shown at the Bryan Gallery before. So we have 2 things kind of going on at once there, and then of course the Legacy Collection in the East Gallery. But what I want to tell you about Land and Light and Water and Air is that it's a show with awards. First of all, the artists are juried into the show in the first place, and then in the second place, there is a jury which will choose 6 paintings to win awards. 3 of them are cash awards. 2 of them have medals attached. There's also some honorable mentions. And we're very proud of this because gradually we have been able, in the 11 years that we've been doing this, we've been able to really recognize some outstanding artists who come to Vermont to paint often. You know, we even have a group of artists who come from Russia. They've come 3 marches in a row. In fact, this last year, I believe that 2 of them were put on a plane, like the last plane out of Boston, heading for Moscow. It was very as COVID was moving in. We were bidding farewell to our visitors from Russia, but we have artists who come from all over, and it gives us great pleasure to make the opportunity to win awards available to them. And it's always, of course, fun to find out from our visitors, well, which was your favorite painting? And which one would you have awarded if, in fact, our jurors did not award those paintings? I often say, in fact, that you know, we provide witness protection for our jurors because you never know what could happen. But in fact, a lot of people really do recognize how stunning the award winners are.
And so the Bryan Memorial Gallery, it's open from 11 to 5 p.m. all the way through October 12th. Correct?
Yes, it's open daily. After October 12th, we'll be open 4 days a week.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much, Mickey. This has been great. And for anybody, this is like a premier art gallery that we're so fortunate and lucky to have this in Lamoille County. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mickey, for all the hard work that you've been doing and all the great pieces that you're able to show us here in Lamoille County.
Well, we're so pleased to do it, and we so much want our fellow Lamoille Chamber members and their friends to come over and at no charge get a piece of the artistry that has been thriving in our area for over 100 years.
Perfect. And they can find you at bryangallery.org, correct?
That's right.
Okay. So check it out, everybody, bryangallery.org. There's some great pieces there. It's been around for a long time, and it is a destination place to go to if you're coming from Lamoille County. You have to stop by Bryan Memorial Gallery. So thank you
Wonderful.
very much, Mickey.
Thank you.
And scene.
That was pretty good, though. I'm feeling more talkative today. It must be the 6 cups of coffee instead of 4.
Yeah, I know. I've been stringing along some coffee too, so it'll be interesting. All right, cool. So I will set this up and